Talking with SBR contributor John Ryan, talking about football openers. We just got finished talking about college week 5. Now we'll move on to NFL week 4. John, have you looked at these lines yet?
Yeah,
What jumps out
the
at you?
game yesterday really was shocking. There was obviously two shockers. The New England game wasn't all that surprising. I mean, it
I
was
had
just
Buffalo.
public hype, or not public hype, the media hype that made it.
Sure.
It's an event that ended a 15-game winning streak. And the Patriots are arguably the best team in football. However, statistically, they are now the worst defense in football. But that really wasn't the upset of the day. It was the Giants.
Yeah, I'm looking at these games. I'm thinking there's some lines that kind of look interesting. What about Cleveland -1 over Tennessee? Cleveland's not so bad. They've been playing teams pretty good. That might not be a bad bet right there.
Yeah, that could be possibly a good bet, Peter, because that line opened at Pick'em, and now it's gone to -1 and then 1.5 at Bookmaker right now.
Right.
So I think that line's going in the right direction.
How about Carolina +6.5 at Chicago? That looks a little bit tempting. I was on. I liked Carolina last week, and the experts on the NFL Experts Roundtable told me I was wrong, so I didn't bet it, and they covered. Now I'm looking at this one. I'm thinking, maybe.
Yeah, I was surprised with this line opening at 7. I thought this was more of a 4.5, 5.
Right.
So I think Carolina. I agree with you, Peter. I think Carolina could give them big trouble. When Newton's out in the open, I mean, he's not Michael Vick, right? He doesn't have that quickness and elusiveness, but he also has the size where he can dish out punishment.
Sure. And then the big opener of this week, though, New England on the road, 4.5 at Oakland. New England, of course, off of their outright loss to Buffalo. Oakland starting to play better, look pretty good, got a great win against the Jets last week. Where do you think that line's going to move, and what do you think the right side might be here? Or is it too confusing and just lay off?
I think you're going to see it go higher.
Yeah.
New England rarely loses back-to-back games.
Right.
Belichick will get that defense,
Yeah.
the problems on the defense solved. He is one of the few coaches in history that can do it in a week. And, Oakland may be just a tad overrated right now.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them making a comeback and not being a doormat in the AFC West. But again, they're arguably going against the best team in football.
Yeah.
And that best team in football is coming off a loss. So it's not like they're not going to be focused.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the public won't be able to help themselves on that one. Yeah, I agree with you. It'll probably get bet up to around 6, but I don't know if I would take either side in that one. Anything else catch your eye on this card?
Well, yeah, the game next Monday is Indianapolis and Tampa Bay, I believe.
Yeah.
And the Colts was one of my 5-star picks in the NFL thread. Obviously, they had a tremendous break in the second quarter there because Pittsburgh arguably could have put the game out of reach in the second quarter there near the halftime. But nevertheless, Indianapolis took advantage of it. They scored twice in that closing 2-minute period and really gave Pittsburgh massive trouble in the running department. I was amazed that the Colts were able to stop the Steeler running game.
So what do you think? Do you think that means the Steeler running game is not as good as advertised, or the Colts defense is better than advertised?
Colts defense better than advertised.
Okay. All right, that's our look at the NFL openers and college openers with John Ryan. John, good luck in your thread this week.